Hey everyone, it's Ivan with KitBadger.com out here for another episode of the 2021 Coast to Coast Tour. This time it was a range day. Morning started off right, getting to sleep in a little bit, and then first things first, my boys and I went down, did a little swimming in the pool, which is always a good time. That it's time to get down to business. So loaded up in the bus, headed out, picked up some ice, a few things for lunch to basically go get ready for the day. And heading out towards the range from Grinell, Iowa, it's like, you know what, I feel kind of bad for Peanut. He's been hanging out on this bus a lot, and I'd seen a sign for a dog park, so I'm like, let's go over there for a little bit. And we had a little bit of a window of time to kind of play with too. So ended up stopping at a little dog park where I was able to finish up some last minute kind of admin stuff while Peanut got to run, kind of stretch his legs. Then it was time to go over there and get going on this range day. So we headed over to the range, starting to set it up. Really cool range there. One, really nice and green and lush, big giant berms. And there were a couple 50-meter bays, I believe, 100-yard, and then 500-yard bay. Really cool, nice and wide, and we're able to go ahead and take all of our Thor targets, basically set up our steel kind of along the edges against the berm, going out. Having a bunch of targets arrayed for all of the 22 9mm 300 Blackout, and then getting into further ones for the 5.56 and 308. And yeah, with those 308s going out to, I believe we had stuff set up at like 150, 200, 300, and then there were some targets way down at 500 also. So really cool setup with respect to the range. And on top of that, it was also covered, which was really nice. Keep the sun off us, and weather definitely cooperated. Could have been a lot hotter. It was actually a really nice day out there. And once again, all of the awesome guns out there for everyone to shoot. People started coming in, and eventually we got going. Went through our safety brief, our med brief, and then kind of an overview of all the guns we had out there, to include all the ones from our title sponsor, Q, whether it was the Fix in 308 with a Trash Panda silencer on there, or also had their Honey Badger SD, probably one of my favorites, just really light and handy, compact, sleek package. Also the Honey Badger pistol, I ended up actually building with Q, as well as on that, the Trash Panda silencer. I also had the opportunity to build with Q. And the Mini Fix thing is so quiet. There's no noise from the action. Shooting subsonic through Blackout, it's amazing, especially with that Thunder Chicken silencer. And then we also had my prototype Sugar Weasel, serial number 1, 12 3/4 inch 5.56. That thing was pretty cool to be able to shoot that thing out there too. From one of our other sponsors, Radian Weapons, 2 of their Model 1s, a 10.5 inch pistol on there. We had the Scalarworks PEAK Iron Sights with Thunder Chicken silencer. Really cool gun. Amazing, just kind of the attention to detail on those guns, to include the other Model 1, which is a 17.5 inch 5.56 with the Jumbo Shrimp silencer, and then on Unity Tactical riser and mount, the EOTech and Magnifier. That thing on top of a tripod, it's a laser beam. Once I figured out what my hold was, which was probably, I don't know, good 20 inches or so at 500 yards with approximately like 200 yards zero. It was one round after another, 500 yards all day long. Really cool gun. And our friends at High Point sent out Gen1 Yeet Cannon, basically a threaded C9 pistol, and their 995 carbine. Both of those, just really fun guns. And even more to the point though, everything's more fun suppressed. So on both of them, we had Erector 9 silencers by Q. made for a really fun shooting experience. And we also had a ZEV OZ9, one of their basically like Glock 17 sized, also with an Erector 9 silencer on there. And we had a bunch of 22s. 22s suppressed some of the most fun you can possibly have. And we had the Glock 44, which is basically kind of a 22 trainer really. Glock 19 sized, and on that the Erector 22. Lots of fun out there to be able to shoot, and it doesn't cost $1 million when ammo's expensive. This 22 is usually fairly inexpensive. And then I guess it would be the 22 Charger. Basically, think about quintessential Ruger 1022 shrunk down into a pistol. But this one was sitting inside a chassis made by SB Tactical, and yeah, really cool guns. Both that as well as the Glock 44 were actually sent out by Shooting Surplus. And then the last 22 there, probably one of my favorite guns on the tour, honestly. It's my son's very first gun. It's a Savage Rascal, single shot 22 youth gun. But cut down, SBR'd by my buddy, Matt Yorr, Sawtooth Rifles. And with the Erector 22 on there, again, there's no action noise. Ridiculously quiet. Thing's a blast. And speaking of Sawtooth Rifles, Matt Yorr, incredibly talented machinist, engineer, gunsmith, sent one of his custom bolt-action rifles that was actually used to win the 2018 USASOC Sniper Challenge. That thing is incredible. Not the lightest gun, but it's pretty much a laser beam. Another gun out there, chambered in .308, was the Knight's Armament SR25. Pretty iconic gun of the entire GWAT, Global War on Terror. And on it we had the Attacker 1-8 by Night Force and a Unity Tactical mount, Maul by B.E. Myers, even though it wasn't dark. And we also ended up shooting the Trash Panda silencer on there. And since there we were, literally in Brownells' backyard, and they are one of the sponsors of the 2021 tour. We had two of their BRN 180s, one of which was in 300 Blackout, the other in 5.56. As far as piston guns go, the BRN 180 is amazing. On the one hand, it's not taking an AR-15 and trying to retrofit it so that it actually works with a piston like some of the piston guns out there. It was designed from day one, ground up, to be a piston gun, and it is incredible. It's incredibly lightweight, especially compared to a lot of piston guns on the market, and pretty damn affordable. Like, you can get between $800–900, complete upper receiver, drop on any mil-spec lower receiver, and you're in business, versus some of the piston guns out there, they're like upwards of $3,000. And this, being a piston gun, does not require a buffer tube, so you can actually use their BRN 180 low receivers, which basically have a section of pick rail on the back, and you can put folding stocks, braces, whatever you'd like on there. But shooting those guns is definitely a blast. Really nice soft recoil impulse on both those guns as well. While most guns out there were American guns, we had an AK out there as well. And it actually also is an American gun, even though it's made in Moscow, Idaho. Occam Defense, incredible company making really high standard quality AKs here in the US. That one is a lot of fun. On that we had the Half Nelson silencer, and yeah, really fun being able to see people shoot that. If maybe their experience with AKs up to that point was like less than desirable, most everyone came away from that looking at AKs kind of in a different light. And what's a range day without a little bit of a competition? So we ended up actually doing one with my prototype 5.56 Sugar Weasel. Basically have to retrieve a magazine, a couple rounds, load it, grab the weapon, go up and shoot through 2 different ports while switching shoulders from right side to left side, getting 2 hits on steel, out at about 150 yards. I straight up shanked my first round. It happens, but it was a really fun little competition and ended up going through and finding our winner from that. A lot of people got both their hits and a handful of people missed one of their hits. But not only did we have a winner who shot it the fastest, but we had a second winner who got both their hits, albeit shot it the slowest. But we had some prizes. Our friends over at Magpul had sent out some of the Magpul eyewear, and to our fastest as well as our slowest, we got some sunglasses. And then another competition, this one with the fix in 308. Basically grabbing that round, getting your hit out at distance off of a tripod. And again, after everyone had a chance to go through shooting through, we had our winner that shot it the fastest, and we had kind of our other winner who shot it the slowest, but they still got their hit. And to those winners, we ended up with a set of fix-it sticks that was sent out by our friends. Basically, they're all-in-one kit, amazing kit. It will save you a lot of money and headaches from breaking stuff. And we also had basically pretty cool grips that got sent out by Firearms, revfirearms.com, I believe it is. Basically these custom grips that you can further customize with different kind of laser cut grip tape essentially. Pretty neat, really like the ergonomics, they're pretty vertical, go on pretty much any AR platform gun. But there we were, another competition, another set of winners. As the afternoon went on, we continued just having fun and shooting through the guns and just kind of getting to hang out and relax and talk about stuff. Really great group of people that showed up there. People that are just passionate about firearms, passionate about individual freedoms, and yeah, altogether good people. That is and continues to be the constant for the tour. Just amazing groups of people coming together to share that passion. And overall, really rad time with everyone out there. And then, once again, it's time to pack up. This time, for good, after this last range day of the 2021 tour. But set to work, getting everything packed up, and loaded back on the bus. Afterwards, ended up driving over and we were looking for somewhere to eat. Found this little barbecue place. As it turns out, their full menu is only on Friday and Saturday, so basically ate off of their appetizer menu. And then, awesome waitress gave us a recommendation for dessert. So we walked essentially catty corner, kind of across the street to this little gas station quick stop type thing, and they made these awesome ice cream desserts. So everyone got loaded up on ice cream. Then we headed back and just kind of hung out as everyone enjoyed their ice cream. Then loading up, driving back to the hotel. Why not go ahead and end the day with one more dip in the pool? So my boys and I got in the hot tub, warmed up a little bit, and jumped over into the pool, splashed around and had fun. Before finally getting to bed after a long, long day. But one more awesome range day, another great day overall on the 2021 Coast to Coast Tour. Be sure to join me next time as we continue the journey, but as always, thanks for joining us at kitbadger.com. Look forward to seeing you next time.